In the year 1584, a bold voice echoed through the silence of a deeply religious world. It was the voice of Giordano Bruno. A man once cloaked in the robes of a Dominican monk, Bruno cast them aside to follow a different path, one not of obedience but of boundless curiosity. That year he published a work titled, On the Infinite Universe and Worlds. It wasn't just a book, it was a challenge to everything people believed about the cosmos. He dared to say, the universe has no edge, no walls, no center, that the Earth, our precious, ancient Earth, doesn't sit on a throne in the middle of creation. Instead, it dances in circles around the sun, and the sun just another star, one of countless others scattered through an infinite sky. But Bruno didn't stop there. He spoke of life beyond our world, not just as fantasy, but as a possibility, as something even likely in a universe so vast. He imagined other worlds, other forms of life, and perhaps other ways of being. He even hinted at dimensions beyond our comprehension. With Bruno, we crossed a threshold, from a universe locked in Aristotle's logic to one that stretches endlessly into the unknown. He was more than a philosopher. He was a traveler, across nations and across ideas. Bruno journeyed through Europe, not just on foot, but in thought, in debate, in wonder. His memory was legendary. He claimed he could recall 26,000 articles of law, thousands of Bible verses, and lines of poetry by heart. And with this formidable intellect, he gained access to courts and salons, engaging with the sharpest minds of his age. But Bruno didn't come to flatter kings or play politics. He came to speak his truth, no matter the cost. He believed in a universal love that transcended dogma. He spoke passionately about math, stars, spirit, and meaning. He stood with Copernicus and went further than Copernicus ever dared. He denounced ignorance, not with cruelty, but with fire. He mocked hypocrisy, scorned pretentious academics, and challenged religious and secular authority alike. To many he was brilliant, to others dangerous, and to the church he became intolerable. In 1592, Bruno was arrested. The Inquisition began. They interrogated him, tortured him, not once, not twice, 22 times, yet through all of it, he never betrayed his ideas. Not even a whisper of retreat passed his lips. After 7 years in a cell, he was condemned. On the morning of his execution, they gagged him. Not out of mercy, but out of fear. Fear that even in his final moments, he might speak one last heresy. One last idea that could plant itself like a seed in some listener's mind. His will, written in prison, was never read. It was ripped apart before it could ever reach the world. And so, in 1600, Giordano Bruno was burned alive in the Campo dei Fiori in Rome. Decades later, in that same city, the scientist Galileo Galilei stood before the same court. Faced with a similar choice, he chose to step back. He recanted, and history gave him glory. Giordano Bruno, meanwhile, was nearly forgotten, buried beneath the ashes of fear. But something strange happened. Over time, the silence around his name turned into whispers. The whispers became voices, and those voices turned into echoes of admiration. In 1889, nearly 3 centuries after Giordano Bruno was silenced by fire, the very place where he was condemned, Campo dei Fiori in Rome, became the site of his defiant return, cast in bronze. His statue stands tall, cloaked, hooded, facing the Vatican, not with anger but with quiet, unwavering resistance. This monument isn't just a tribute to a philosopher, it's a statement, a reminder that ideas once spoken never truly die, that the flame meant to erase him only illuminated his voice further. Today we remember Giordano Bruno not because he was martyred, but because he imagined what others feared to think. Because he dared to believe that truth might live beyond books, beyond tradition, beyond even our comprehension. Giordano Bruno was a man burned by fire, but not consumed by it.